I have two different things with the Koch brothers. Yes, they're into our politics. Yes, they're trying to increase their influence. Yes, all the things in that realm that you're saying about them are true. But the only reason we're talking about them is because they have a face. They're not like Exxon Mobil, who's bigger than the Koch brothers. They're not like the big banks on Wall Street. Like, to me, they're a problem, but the bigger problems are in the finance industry and all that, and all these people that are faceless. But this one, it's Koch. It's a short name. It's catchy. It sticks in your head. And they're two brothers, and they fund all these organizations and all these think tanks and all these different things and all these politicians. And for some reason, we focus more. To me, you should point out that yeah, these guys are controlling things, but the big banks are running the entire federal government, in my opinion. And to me, like it's a matter of scale to me. As far as the Koch brothers funding PBS and getting a documentary pulled, um, that's up to PBS, not to what you call it, not to what you call it. It's up to them not to have standards. Because the way it works is if I'm a rich person, I'll give them money so they can run PBS. And then I'm gonna say, oh, you better not run that documentary, or else I'm not gonna give you money next year, or I'm gonna try and get some of my money back out of your corporation or whatever. PBS just has to have higher standards. They have to say, hey, look, we'll put that out there and try and get money from somewhere else. But
Okay,
that's
well,
the
the Koch brothers donated over $30 million to PBS, and PBS has recently been severely defunded, both by sequestration and also cuts that came before that and cuts that are soon to come. So basically, PBS is no longer a public endeavor because they're quickly leaking public money. So they have to depend on these donations from private corporations now because of this deregulation. And if they do not take the 30 million or 300 million or 600 million dollars and they refuse it because they quote unquote have high standards, well then they have to pay the price for those high standards by firing people, by cutting back
They're gonna
programs.
fire Big Bird.
Yeah,
Exactly.
this is a misconception. Yes, PBS gets money from the government, but most of their funding is private, and
And
there
there's a
are.
reason for that. It's
But
because they've been
that was
defunded.
that was before the defunding or the sequestration. That most of their funding was private, and a lot of the money that they make is from things like Big Bird. Big Bird is worth $50 million annually in merchandise. Elmo's worth money in merchandise. Like, they make a lot of money off of the merchandising of that. It's not that the government defunded them and Coke took over. It's that they've always taken private donors for the bulk of their money. They just got some subsidy from the government because they're a public broadcasting corporation, but it's always been mostly private donors. Like, that's the way PBS, or merchandising, that's the way it's always been. But they gotta say, look, we're gonna turn down that money, or don't send us money next time, or whatever. They have to have their own standards.
Well,
We know, but we know that's how, when you donate money to a university, when you're a big donor, you get treated differently. So that's what happened in this case.